Today we're going to be talking about something you find in nearly every single Lego video game ever made. It's the Lego minifigure.
Yes.
Lots to talk about here, Brian. The first version of, I guess you could call it a minifigure. It was actually released back in 1975, but they lacked, movable arms, legs, and even a face.
Yikes.
Yes. Ugh, what's happening there? But before that, the Lego group experimented even with different kind of Lego figures, which could be built with special pieces. And I guess the first modern minifigure came out in 1978 with the addition of things like arms, hands, legs, and yes, those cute little smiling faces we all know and that have just become this iconic cultural thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And over the next 2 decades or so, the minifigs continued to evolve, adding removable hair for guys, beards, different body parts and facial expressions,
right?
Glow-in-the-dark elements, dresses, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's amazing. And finally, in 1997, the minifig made the official leap to digital form in video games.
Yes, they did. And while the Lego Island video game featured the very first official digital minifigure, we both saw some prior digital creations that were made a few years earlier by the Lego Group R&D team, SPU Darwin.
Yeah.
So while the minifigs continued to grow in popularity and diversity, adding things like licensed figures and double faces and even microfigures, it wasn't until 2010 that the Lego Group launched its popular minifigure collector's line. So I've got, Ethan, a few fun facts for you that I sort of stumbled across while digging around into the history and popularity of the minifigure. So first off, did you know that there were 4 minifigures that were made entirely of wood, created for use in the Lego Ninjago movie as props?
No, I did not. Interesting fact.
Yeah, and there's only 4 of those exist in the world. So those are obviously highly collectible, highly sought after minifigures.
Yeah.
There also, of course, there were, if you're a fan of Lego Star Wars, you probably know this, but there were a number of solid gold, solid silver, solid platinum, and solid bronze R2-D2 and C-3PO minifigures. I think they even had a couple Boba Fett in there that were created as promotional items for a variety of Lego Star Wars celebrations over the years. But this is my favorite, my very favorite fun fact, because it is crazy and it makes me so jealous that I will never own these minifigures. A trio, 3 minifigures were actually launched into space, heading to and actually arrived at Jupiter. They were launched back in 2011 as part of the payload of NASA's Juno spacecraft.
Nice.
And these 3 little minifigures, I hear rumors actually that there are some prototypes that might exist out there, but really there's only these 3 in space. One is of the Roman god Jupiter, of course. Yeah. One is of Jupiter's wife Juno. And one is of Galileo Galilei, the father of science, or at least many people view him as that.
I wish I had a mini documentary of this team